Hey guys, it's Prince Timosina, and I just arrived in Georgia, also known as the Peach State, and I came here for multiple reasons. At first, you guys know my favorite movie of all time. You know, I grew up watching Smokey and the Bandit. Yes, sir. Smokey and the Bandit, a film I grew up watching like when I was 16 years old, and I always wanted to come to Georgia just to see the filming sites and look at meet the legendary cast members of Smokey and the Bandit, and it's actually very, very fun. I just can't miss this film. Even though if it's expensive, I can't miss this scene, you know. So right now it's 4 o'clock, so the behind the scenes begin at 4:30. So stay tuned, and I will keep posting more updates to it. And as you can see here, I'm dressing up like a Smokey and the Bandit, the Bandit Darva, you know, the shirt. So guys, stay tuned, okay?
If you're not from Georgia, where else did you come from? Maryland, Ohio? That's awesome. North Carolina? Yeah. So my name is Bo Durbin. I'm going to talk at you for a little bit, but I'm going to bring up some very special people. Just to give you an idea, it's been a fun ride for me. I got to see the movie when it first came out. I was 10 years old. Fell in love with the movie, and the more I found out about it, from seeing what's happening behind the scenes, how is this movie so popular all these years later, and what's the magic? What's the magic of Smokey and the Bandit? And so I spent years doing research, talking to people who were involved with the movie, trying to figure out what that magic formula was. And so this is the results of some of that research, and share with you some of the people that have shared stories with me, which are just amazing. So does that sound like fun?
Yeah.
All right. So I was hoping Sean is a much better worder than me, and I was hoping that he would come in and help me out a little bit. But he'll be in any minute. Thank you. I appreciate it. So this, as much research as I did, I find out a new story every day. So, you okay? So from what I can tell, this was either the first or second day of filming, and this is stuntman Alan Gibbs and stuntwoman Janet Brady. They're doing this scene, and Janet Brady looks so close to Sally Field that Hal Needham comes running out and says, "What are you doing putting Sally in that situation?" It was really Janet Brady, and they cut it close, and you can tell from some of the research that we did. You can tell by the skid marks that they did this thing a couple of times. So this was the beginning of the filming, and the movie was not filmed in order for different reasons, but it all worked out really good. I'll take a moment to mention I'm sorry, I can't remember the guy's name. The editor. Yep. So the Angela Ross.
Walter
Hanneman.
And they got nominated for an Oscar next year.
So that was Star Wars ran away with all the awards, but that was the one that Smokey and the Bandit got nominated for. And once you understand the sequence that this was done and all the ways that they had to glue this thing together, it is a pretty amazing editing job. So there they are at the beginning of filming, and they started with this scene. Oh, there's a watermark on there. Sorry about that. So then Bert and Sally come in to do the close-ups. And I'm gonna let, oh my gosh, Carla is not here. So Carla, they filmed the snowman scene at her house. And so she's a Jonesboro resident, and she's going down to the filming, and she was there while they were filming the wedding dress scene at Mundy's Mill, and said that she saw Bert carrying Sally, like she had hurt her ankle or something. So there's lots of interesting backstories. So we're gonna bring some people up. So a lot of the scenes that you see where Bert and Sally are together at the beginning of the movie, that was all the beginning, the first scenes that were filmed. So here's the what we'll call the insert car that they had set up with all the cameras. And it's interesting, near the end of it, this is the only car that survived. And they put it all back together to finish filming the movie, and they even filmed some pickup shots in California using this car. But they had all this rigging. Now, from what I can tell, they did all this convoluted rigging at the beginning of the movie, and they tapered down after a while. There wasn't as many cameras, so this was very early. Let's see if there's a laser pointer on here. I want to point out something. So you see these chains right here? They're wrapped around the front bumper. So those are going to be important later, near the end of it. But those, they pulled out the grills, they put in this metal bracket, and wrapped a chain around it. And what you can't see in front of this car is the truck that's pulling the car. And here's my buddy Sean, gonna save the day. Where are you going?
I'm out of your way.
I'm gonna need Sean is a great interviewer, so I really want him to, I want him to get the most out of the special guest that we have here tonight. No, you come on up. Come on up.
Hush puppies, Eddie. We ain't got time for that crap. Good idea. What do you know?
We can get him. So I want to have some of those So we have 3 microphones. I think only 2 of them are working. They were running up and down Highway 54 in Jonesboro. And then we ended up at this house. Now this has an interesting story. I would like somebody who was actually there to come up and tell us about it. So there, Camille, you weren't there the day they first came by, right? But Kay was there. But I'd like Kay and Camille to come up and tell us some cool stories. So the interesting thing is they ended up at this house by accident. So, is that right?
What's that?
They ended up at this house by accident.
Yeah, we were having a yard sale. And they got lost looking for a house on Main Street. So they pulled in the drive next door to us and walked over, Hal Needham, a couple of other guys. And he said, lady, talking to my mom, he said, you're gonna think we're crazy. But we were thinking about using your house for a Burt Reynolds movie. So my mom's like, okay. So they looked around and because our yard was big enough to get trailers and everything into. So she said, okay, and it worked out perfect.
So I've got, this is one of my favorite pictures. So this was taken the day that Hal Needham showed up at your house.
Yep.
So
She wasn't there. Yeah.
you're the only one that worked?
Carla was a school teacher. I was in school. But this was I think, well, it was during the summer actually. Yeah. So we were all, yeah.
So there, Carla told me an interesting story. She was very suspicious of Hal Needham.
Yeah.
It was like, I need some identification. And so Hal Needham shows her his belt buckle. which is, it's hard to tell in this picture, but it's a Stunts Unlimited logo on the hat. She's like, that's not an identification.
She was suspicious of everybody.
So then they came back on September 2nd and they did some filming. And so this is Carla.
That's Carla.
So the day before, she's a huge Burt Reynolds fan.
That's hilarious.
And she's getting ready, and Burt Reynolds is giving her this photo. Thank you. And so Kay got to be in the movie. You can see her there next to Burt. And Carla was running around all day taking photographs. So this is great. And Camille.
Yeah, you're Carla.
And so these are awesome. These are some of my favorite pictures. And it's a really nice collection. And so we get to kind of see the action that's happening. And if you guys are coming out to Jonesboro tomorrow, we want to kind of recreate and set some of this up before the show. So if you can come by in the morning, we're gonna have even more of these photos set up. Yep.
Yeah, I took this picture because they had a funny story about the kids. My mom had to go find kids. Burt Reynolds asked her to find. Hal asked her to find some kids, so she went to the mall to look for people to come out to be the kids for the movie. And so that's what these kids. You see the backs. I took pictures of them now. This is our yard, by the way, by the house. That's how we could get all this stuff in there because it's an empty yard. And so, but that was what that picture is. The picture of the kids that we found for the movie.
Well, it was interesting for me because you said they were there all day. They got there at like 6 in the morning.
They got there at 6 in the morning and left about midnight. That's when they did.
Okay. Just hold the mic a little closer. So.
Right there.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
So they showed up.
That is Burt Reynolds' little special place to house himself for the day. It was really funny. A story was we all ate with everybody. We ate, lunch and everything. But Burt wanted a steak, so they had to go out and get him a steak, and that was where we took him to. That was where they took it to his trailer. So he ate by himself in the trailer.
Him and Sally actually stayed in our bedroom, which was at the back of the house. They would climb in and out the window because nobody could see them from the street. So they stayed in mine and my sister's room.
They didn't want her to know she was there.
Yeah, nobody knew that Sally was there.
And there was a lot of people there. We only see the family in the movie, but the other side of the street was just
Full.
Oh.
Yeah.
My husband now, at the time, was over there, across the street, up a telephone pole watching.
We had plenty of room. All our things were mad at us because we couldn't tell anybody anything. Okay, I'm sorry. I said we had our family members after this was done were so mad at us because they said, "Why couldn't y'all tell us?" But they told us a month in advance to please not say anything about the movie, that it had to be a surprise. So that's why they had them, marked off so nobody could get in the drive or anywhere that they were close to. They were across the street. That's where they were.
We had neighbors that snuck behind our house.
Everybody was trying to see Burt, let me tell you. That was funny. Yeah.
That, they tried to have me with both legs in the tire swing, but I couldn't get out fast enough. So that's why they had me just have one leg in the tire swing so I could just jump out and run to the truck.
How many takes?
Probably about 4. Wasn't a whole lot. I mean, I didn't have a whole big old line or anything.
That was
I did it with the stunt guy or the double a few times and then Burt.
So the truck pulled into the driveway that many times?
No, it didn't take them that many times to pull into the driveway. It took me that many times to get it right.
Walk up to the door.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Bert drove it in, actually, didn't he? I swear he did.
Yeah, I don't know who he was, but he had
I'd have
that-
sworn it was Bert.
He was a large guy, and he was the stunt guy who drove it in, and I'm not sure how they switched him out, but Bert did not drive it in. Yeah, his stunt person did it, which was excellent, you know.
Anybody have any questions? Oh, somebody's got their hand up.
How has this changed your life up to this point? Like, what has it done for your life? I know, like, what it's done for our life, just being, like, involved with the Bandit Run and stuff like that. It's, like, really broadened a lot of people in our life. So what has it done for you guys?
I had no earthly idea that this movie was as big as it is until the 40th anniversary. I was contacted to be at the 40th anniversary. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. Well, I showed up at where they did the actual scene at our house, but of course it's been torn down. And they brought in busloads of people from all over the world. I mean, all over the place, Australia, everywhere. And I was like, oh my gosh, it is that big of a movie. I had no clue. And since that point, I have done, thanks to Sean and Tim, I have done a lot of traveling with them to do these car shows and stuff. I've met amazing people, great friends, had the best time of my life, I guess. Yeah, it's been that good. And I owe them a lot.
Oh, a lot. Like I said, it was wonderful getting to meet new people, and everywhere you go, and you mentioned you were in Smokey the Bandit, they will stop and talk to you. They want to know all about it. So it's still such a very strong thing.
And-
The Bandit movie lives on.
It's funny because I don't tell anybody. I'm still a little shy. I don't want to sound like I'm like bragging or anything like that. But my husband, he'll tell everybody he meets. Everybody he meets, he tells. It is awesome. It is. I just feel I'm a shy person. Yeah, there ain't a shy bone in his body. But I've had a blast. I mean, an absolute blast. And I hope it continues for as long as it can. Because it's the best movie ever. And I actually still get paid for that movie. Yeah, I get residual checks every couple of months. It's not a lot. Maybe $20 here, $30 here. But I still get them. So that's pretty cool.
Well, the 35 millimeter that's paying here, we're having to send residuals.
So keep watching, y'all. If it comes on TV, watch it. Yeah. 'Cause every little bit helps.
Anybody else have any questions for Carrie from you? I'm sorry with the spotlights, I can't see.
Hey, Bo, is it true that Jerry never drove the truck, it was always on the flatbed?
That's what I've
I
heard.
saw that, sir.
He did?
I read that, or I saw it in a thing said he never drove the truck.
Well, there you go.
So, what, did he or did he not?
She would know. She was there.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a documentary that said that he was on a flatbed trailer the whole time that he was being videoed.
I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, I don't know if I have any of those pictures, but there are pictures of the truck on a trailer with all the camera rigging, and they towed it. And you can tell from the movie, if you see where the power lines are, the power lines are kind of low, so because the truck is up in the air. So, I don't know which scenes he.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, it's hard to tell with the lights. Was there any other questions?
Yeah, there.
All right, holler it out.
What was it like getting to work with the likes of Bert and Jerry? And also knowing, that's completely normal to get shy. In fact, I'm very nervous asking this question right now.
I couldn't hear him.
He asked what it was like working with Bert and Jerry, And he said it's okay to be shy because he's nervous. I'm just asking you the question right now.
Good, I'm not alone. I didn't get to meet Jerry Reed. I wish I had, but I did not. But Bert was unbelievable. He, as soon as I had my part, he went over it with me numerous times, stayed with me the whole time. The newspaper got there and said, "Hey, Mr. Reynolds, can we take a picture of you?" And he said, "Yeah, sure, no problem. Hang on 1 second." Well, he found me and put me in his lap and made sure they got a picture of me and him together for the newspaper. And then he took me around. I've got pictures of him. He's got his arm around me and he's talking to just different people that work on the set, introducing me to people. So he was absolutely amazing. He made me feel so much at ease. He was a great guy. But Jerry Reed, I did not meet. I wish I had, even though he was my dad. Didn't meet my mom till tonight. And she's awesome.
Do you want to come up and join us?
Oh, Linda.
Where is Silas?
Right there. Silas? Do that. No, well, you just do.
I'm walking behind because I need the help. That's why you ran out. Hi, darling.
Hey, darling.
Hi. Mom, where you been all my life?
I played Wynette. My name is Linda McClure, and I was a friend of Hal Needham. And Hal wrote the part for me, so he told me, and nobody else can tell the story better than Hal. He's gone now, but what a stuntman, what a director, what a man. And all of us who knew him or worked with him, and there's dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of stunt people that worked with him. And how many movies? He's got the longest list in the world of stunt men. And his first film was Smokey and the Bandit directing. And he knew how to have fun as a person, but from being on all those films for so many years, he learned how to have fun with the crew, with the cast, and he made us all a family. Bert had a lot to do with that, but it was Hal. He was the leader, he was the boss, and Hal and Bert were very, very good friends. And Hal got the idea for the movie, and he wrote the script, or he had it written, and his story idea, but he was not the script writer. And but he was a boss. He knew what he wanted. And the wonderful thing about it is neither he nor the editors, nor the stunt coordinator, nor the actors knew for sure that this was going to be a blockbuster. All they knew was that it was a damn good story, and they had a ball making it. And that's the bottom line. Nobody knew. You know, we had a good time. And I remember the wrap party. It was just the most fun that it could be. And we honored a stuntman who had been killed in a film prior, who had been a member of Stunts Unlimited. And so it was honoring him, but it was showing the cast and crew the movie. And that's what they do in Hollywood, is cast and crew screenings. And it's always basically a private party. They still do it today. It's been going on for as many years old as movies are. So we had a cast and crew screening. And of course we loved it. Who are we? We just were in the movie. And this is in Hollywood, by the way. I'm from Hollywood. All the stuntmen generally, don't quote me, are from Hollywood area. And maybe some locals had been hired, maybe some people came up from other states. That is just me yakking. But a lot of people knew Hal, and they were members of Stunts Unlimited, the organization that he formed, the hat which Bo is wearing, Stunts Unlimited. Janet Brady, the double for Sally, ended up to be the first and only for a while stunt woman in Stunts Unlimited, and it happened after Smokey and the Bandit. You want to come up and share the story? Okay. Then I get to lie. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just going to jabber about stuff like that. It's interesting. It's behind the scenes. I know these things because Janet and I became very good friends on Smokey and the Bandit. Actually, we didn't work together. I met her, and we became friends when we came home, meaning the movie was over, and that started a friendship, and that was 49 years ago. And pretty special people, both of us are, I might say. Anyway, more about Smokey. I was very fortunate to be there for the first 3 days of, the third day of filming is when I showed up. And because Bert wasn't feeling well and he kind of left the set for a while, I think 3 days total. It was Labor Day weekend. Who was gonna work Labor Day weekend? And Jackie Gleason came into town. Jerry was around, absolutely. He wrote Eastbound and Down up in the suite at the hotel with his band while we were looking at dailies. Do you know what dailies are? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Every day's filming, back in those days when we didn't have video, had film. And normally if you're in the area, they would what's the word? Transform from film from negatives to positives. And they would have to do it at a company called Technicolor. Because again, there was no video in those days. Nothing was shot like it is now. And there were two editors. One was on the set in Atlanta, and the other one was at Universal. And they worked very well together. As Bo told you, they were nominated for an Academy Award. Pretty cool. Great film, great edited movie. And took 3 days for the transformation or the transportation of the film that was shot and that had it developed, and then the editor in California would put the scenes together. And then the editor here with Hal would look at the dailies. That's what they do in the movies or videos nowadays. And Hal started something that had never been, at least none of us had ever heard of it. He would invite the whole cast and crew every day to the dailies, which was in the bar downstairs at the hotel. So we got to see the rough cuts that the one editor did in Hollywood, and we got to watch each other and watch some of those, well, amazing stunts. I was not there to get to watch all the stunts. I was only 3 days around. Hal invited me to make sure I saw my dailies. And what a time to be in Atlanta. And I did get to meet Jerry Reed, even though I didn't work with him in the movie. We went to see a Braves game with the Cincinnati Reds, who were staying at our hotel. And Jerry got absolutely swamped and couldn't stay at the stadium. Not a bad story.
Who won the game?
Hell if I know. You know it was the Cincinnati Reds. It was the red machine back in those days. I'm nothing against the what's the team called here? I knew that. The Braves. And it was kind of disappointing. It would have been fun to stay for the game, honestly. You know, I'm a sports fan. But the point is Jerry Reed. Funny. And clever and very smart man. If any of you have heard about him, an amazing musician. And he was, I'd say he was pretty smart in life. All the things he did and what he stood for, his values. And I can tell you that I spent more time with Jerry in my life back then than I did with Bert, even though I worked with Bert in the scene. And one thing nice about doing that scene, I think it was Hal's suggestion. Why don't the two of you go into Bert's trailer or motorhome, whatever we called it, and work on the scene, talk about it. What do you want to do? Come back and we'll do it. That was Hal. That was Hal's direction. Come back and we'll do it. But his direction wasn't just to actors. It was the scene, the flow of the movie. He had an idea, even though a lot of it was put together later, because that's what editors do. But they don't do it without the director. So that's just a bit of Hollywood truth. No director, unless he is the editor, will put a whole movie together.
So I thought it was interesting when I first got to talk to Linda. I just assumed that she was from the South because she had an accent.
Do I have one now? Am I starting to pull into it? I've been hanging out with all you Southerners too long.
Well, she's a California girl.
Yeah, I'm from California. Thank you very much. But not a bad thing, except don't go to Los Angeles. It's too crowded. It's a mess. But if you come and visit us, that's okay. Us, we who live there. For us, come visit us, we live there. So anyway, if you want to know anything about the back scenes, doesn't Bo have a lot? He did so much research, and he's got these wonderful slides. And I know other people in his research have given him lots of stories. I am not the greatest informant on that, because I was not there that long, but I was a friend of Hal's, and I loved the movie, and I was so proud to be part of it. And I came back on the sixth day or something of the shooting, and what came back with me were some pretty cool souvenirs that Hal put together for the cast and crew, including, you have a picture of it?
I have a picture of one of them.
I sent you pictures. There was an ashtray, a belt buckle.
Sorry, I have this. So this I thought was interesting because this is Janet Brady and Alan Gibbs coming on set. And that's the only picture I've seen of that t-shirt where somebody is wearing it. But,
it's Smokey and the Bandit, but it was the logo from Gator.
and so we saw that t-shirt, and Linda sent me this.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what the shirt actually looked like. So she still had it.
Isn't that crazy? It's not Smokey and the Bandit face, that's Gator. A movie
And so-
he made 2 or 3 movies before, a year before, 2 years
Yeah,
before.
the year before. And somebody that was going to join us and they weren't able to make it was Diana Goodman, who was on the set of Gator. And so she sent me this picture. So does that look familiar?
Now you really know a backstory. Oops, I'm plugging into my water. We Californians, we know how to do it. And that's just one of the great backstories. I mean, who but the cast and crew would know that t-shirt wasn't there never was a Smokey and the Bandit t-shirt that Hal made. Never was, to the best of my knowledge. You got one that's Smokey and the Bandit? You never got one. Yeah, they didn't. He did the ashtray, the belt buckle. What'd you say? You got the ashtray, and I got the belt buckle. It's a Smokey hat. It's a small little belt buckle, Smokey hat. Hello. Smokey hat. And on the back of it, Hal engraved, many thanks. No, my thanks sincerely, Hal Needham. In real tiny, tiny letters. Nice. Okay. Silas played my son. We just met today, since 50 years ago, 49 years ago. Now you realize that we're talking about, we shot 49 years ago, that was in 76. The movie came out in 77. And so next year will be the 50th anniversary of the movie. So what else? Everybody who worked on the movie has great stories to tell, and sadly, nobody else is left of the stunt people except Janet. And there's only one other actress besides me that's alive still, and that's Sally Field. And we're kind of not in touch with her. I don't know, but she's not here. It's all right, we're okay without her. We got Janet who looks like her. Right. I don't know, you want to ask some questions and see what my mind comes up with?
Can we hear the famous line?
Which one?
Yours.
I only have one famous line?
Well, the main one.
Well, why don't you tell me and I'll agree or not?
We might need Tim Phillips to help out with this part.
Okay, Tim, where are you, baby? Okay, come on up. And there's another guy.
Well.
Where?
Hello, beautiful.
You can't have him.
How about gorgeous?
No, then I say you can't. No, then I say,
No,
then you
did-
just turn around.
You did it right.
And he makes me run backwards.
Yeah.
And he gets past me and Silas comes in.
Obviously you can. What are you trying to do? Start another race? Yeah, there you go.
Ooh.
And he said, you got Cletus in jail once? You got Cletus in jail once.
I did?
Yeah, that's what you say.
Oh,
I did. I got Cletus in jail once. That's what I did.
I haven't read the script in 49 years. I don't know what I said. I don't know when I saw the movie.
Silas, I always recognize you. You always get me right in the balls.
That's right. That's what he said. Is that actually on the film? Can you hear it?
Yeah, he says that exactly. He says, He said, I always recognize you, you little devil. You always keep me right in the balls.
Ooh.
Just like that.
I don't think I was right there on the set, but I don't think I heard that.
Yeah, exactly. just
You always kick me in the balls.
But he walks up to you, yeah. He walks up to you and he says, hello, beautiful. And you push me,
And I push you and I say,
you can't
why
have
do
me.
you keep talking into my water?
They're right. Yeah, we'll walk up and in front. Huh? That's the water, another water down. It's okay. Yeah, you're good.
Okay, put the top on in case I kick it.
Everybody having fun?
Yeah.
We're about to watch a movie y'all have never seen.
All right. What are we doing? We're doing the scene?
Well. Hello, beautiful.
You can't have him.
How about Gordon?
And then he pushes
Yeah.
me into the house,
Yeah.
walks past me.
Yeah, and he says, obviously you can. Well, you say, actually I did it wrong, didn't I? So it's hello, beautiful.
You can't have him.
But how about Gordon? When's that one come in? Does
I
know he does it?
Beautiful and gorgeous.
Yep. There we go.
I'll do that. I'll do beautiful and gorgeous.
Well. How you doing, beautiful? How about gorgeous?
You can't have him.
Obviously you can. What are you trying to do? Start another race? And then I tackle you and go inside. Perfect. We got it that time.
And then Silas comes.
And then Silas comes. Go ahead. I always recognized you. You little devil, you keep me right in the balls. Perfect. All right, thank you guys. Back to the stars.
There are more lines.
Yeah, more. Oh, yeah. We got more lines. Oh, yeah.
What do I
You
say
got
to
Cletus.
them?
You got Cletus in jail once.
And what do I say? Sorry, everybody.
Kids, get this mud out of
Let's watch
here.
the movie.
Yeah, kids, get this mud out of here.
Oh, and I'm tripping over the dog. Remember the dog that rode shotgun in the truck with Jerry Reed? His name in the movie was Fred. The dog's real name was Happy. So I'm tripping over him, and the kids are running, and he's trying to push me back, and I say, "Will one of you damn kids get this mutt out of here?" I ought to try acting. What do you think?
And I say, damn it, Bandit, look at me.
Yeah, and then I go, "Damn it, Bandit, look at me!"
I find it hard to look at you, Annette. Especially when you got those things in your hair.
Curlers.
Makes me think you listen to a radio station in Savannah. Yay! We did it.
What a good, yeah, it took you a while.